Broadcasting from Cincinnati, you're listening to the Ringside Reporter Podcast. All the news from the world of boxing right here.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
Now, here's your host, Eric Lorda.
And we are live on a special Friday edition of Ringside Reporter Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Anthony Yarde versus Sergey Kovalev. The weigh-in was today. The big fight is tomorrow. And in case you missed it, the big fight is going to be tomorrow at 12:30 on ESPN Plus. I believe it's ESPN Plus. But it will be at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow. So set your DVRs and that kind of thing. Beeb, was that you? Oh, sorry about that. Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. It's all good, man. It's all good. So, Anthony Yarde weighed in at 173 3/4 pounds. Sergey Kovalev, 174.5 pounds. Yarde, in case you didn't see the weigh-in, man, Yarde is completely shredded. He looks ripped up. Kovalev kind of looks like he always does. He doesn't look, he looks in shape. He just looks, Yarde looks like a bodybuilder, man. He's a big guy. You know, he's real cut up and everything like that. So, yes, Gem J, that's 12:30 Eastern time. Yes, that's correct. So there you go. Let's talk about this fight for a minute, man. I did pick Yarde in this fight. I'm gonna keep riding with Yarde in this fight. You know, Yarde presents something different to Kovalev, and he's unorthodox. He's a little bit unorthodox. He's 18 wins, 17 KOs, and I think that's going to be the major difference. I think if you were looking for an X factor in this fight, it's going to be Yarde's power. Yarde is like very explosive, and that's the thing. He's very unorthodox, very, punches coming from weird angles and that kind of thing. And Kovalev is a very good boxer, but I tell you what, the X factor, while the X factor for Yarde is his power, the X factor for Kovalev is the fact that Andre Ward fight, that second Andre Ward fight when he quit. And he quit with punches to the body. Listen, man, they've been watching it. Yarde's camp has been watching this. I just think, man, that to me is the X factor. I can't, when you quit the fight, it's going to be very tough to come back from that. And he's done he's done a few fights since then. He's looked okay. He lost one of the fights, came back with Eleider Alvarez, gave a really good performance, really good account of himself. I thought he won, if not every round, it was real close. Real close too. He really outboxed him that fight. This ain't Eleider Alvarez. This is a young, up-and-coming lion, man. So we're going to see if Kovalev, he's got all the advantages. Listen, man, Kovalev on paper should probably win this. He's got all the advantages. He's fighting at home. He's the champ. He's this, he's that. He's got the experience. I just got a feeling. It would be tough for them to put Yarde in this situation if you're his handlers as a cash out. I don't think that's the case here. I think that they're going for broke here. I think they think he can beat Kovalev. I know they said, Frank Warren said it wasn't going to be easy. That's true. It's not. But that's where I'm falling on this. I think that just going back to that second, it's tough to ride with a guy who quit the fight. And he did. And not to mention, he doesn't, Russia, I believe, is not the best place for Kovalev. I know it's his home and everything like that. But listen, I'll tell you this, man. He doesn't do well in Russia. He doesn't. He has a lot of mishaps in Russia, man. Remember the Chilemba fight? I think Montero said the fight before that, the last fight he had in Russia prior to the Chilemba fight, he killed somebody. So, listen, man, Russia's not been his friend in the sense that he's had great performances there. He also gets distracted a lot in Russia. Nightlife, that kind of thing. That's what we heard before the Chilemba fight. It's true or not true, I don't know. But I know he was supposed to walk Chilemba, and I know he didn't. I know that was a tougher fight for him than anybody thought going into that. So, Jem J says, we can't live in the past, Eric. Well, the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior, so I don't know. You're right, but, I think you got to be. And Eric Rosa says, people who are picking Yarde don't really have good explanations. They are rooting for the underdog, and it's the color of his skin. It's obvious. Yeah, I wouldn't really go that far. Has nothing to do with Yarde's talent, no. Nothing to do that he's explosive, nothing to do that this guy can actually fight. I think for you to say that you're rooting for him because he's black or because he's an underdog is a little short-sighted. I really do. I think it's a little short-sighted. That's not to say that if you're picking Kovalev, listen, we all have our opinions. This is just my opinion. I think he's too explosive. I think he's too unorthodox. Robert Palmer says people getting hyped on a guy because he has abs. He has beaten absolutely nobody. Hey, again, your opinion, man. Your opinion. I know Yarde hasn't quit a fight. I know that. That's what I know. So, yeah, man. I don't know. Would you guys, how many people roll with Victor Ortiz? You know what I mean? It's tough to ride with him now, isn't it? Because he quit. It's just tough. Quit. Right. No.
Bad, I think. You know what I mean? It wasn't that blatant to me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It looked to me like, and I get your point too. He was beaten into submission. I get that, but he didn't want to be in there. I think we can both agree that he didn't want to be there.
But here's the thing: in order to take him to that place again, you have to do what Andre Ward did. And like I said, I haven't seen anyone style-wise, in my opinion, that I believe can take him to that place. And all those things you said about Russia and him, the Ward fights and all that, all those things crossed my mind too before the Alita Alvarez fights. And I think in that second fight, he really showed all of us something that, you know what, if he mentally focuses and allows his skills and ability to really shine, and Buddy McGirt kind of harnessed those things in him, I think if that Kovalev shows up, I think Yarde's going to get beat up pretty badly. Now, I just don't see the same things that you're seeing. And I have to ask you, is it a halo effect with Yarde? Because no disrespect to the guy, but he's really, really fought low level opposition. He hasn't even fought mid-level opposition yet. And for him to go from low level and to circumvent mid-level and go right to high level, Kovalev, Andre Ward beat Kovalev badly in that second fight, but it was a close fight up until the time of that stoppage. And
did you think so?
Yeah.
In the second fight?
Yeah. I was scoring that fight. I think I had Ward up by one or 2 points.
When did they stop that
fight? I think it was the 7th or 8th round.
The 7th or 8th. Okay, well, yeah, okay.
It was close.
Then it probably would have been a closer fight. Yeah.
And the thing is, this Yarde. Everyone says Yarde's a body puncher. He's an inside. He's not an inside fighter. He's a mid-range guy. And I think a mid-range guy has a hard time beating a guy who's a good out fighter. Kovalev is a good mid-range fighter, but he's a really exceptional distance fighter, outside fighter. And I just think Yarde, he just doesn't. I think he's really, really unorthodox to the point where he's been fighting guys that really are way beneath him in terms of ability, and he's just getting by with his athletic ability. He's not really having to dig down into a bag of tricks and really show us a skill set. He's just beating guys with brute force and athletic ability. And at this level where you're going to go up to Kovalev, is that going to be enough? Because there's no bells and whistles with this guy. There's nothing really sophisticated, in my opinion, with all due respect to his offense. He's kind of a guy that just leaps in with winging power shots, doesn't throw the jab a lot. He's just a really athletically gifted guy, but he doesn't look like some guys like Roy Jones is an athletically gifted guy, but he looked like a pure boxer. He was an instinctive pure boxer. This guy,
there's a big difference.
Yeah, this guy reminds me of a poor man's Jean Pascal. With all due respect, in my opinion.
I don't know.
In my opinion,
I don't know. I think you might be selling him a little bit short. But what about Kovalev? Listen, everybody talks about the Eleider Alvarez and everything like that. Listen, he was knocked out in the first Eleider Alvarez
and he came
fight.
back though.
Yeah, but he's still knocked out.
But he's still.
But
think about it.
That's my thing, though.
Alvarez knocked him out way worse than Ward did.
Yeah, and you know what? That Alvarez fight. That wasn't just a one-punch knockout.
No, he beat him up.
That was a beating.
And for him to pick up the pieces and mentally put it all back together, and put on a clinic. He put on a clinic in the second fight.
For sure.
So that he gets a lot of points from me for that. So that tells me right there mentally, he's showing a little bit of resolve now. I think he wants it now. I really do.
But do you think those knockouts play into him at all? When he gets hurt, when he gets Andre Warded in there, all right, and he goes to, you don't think that's going to go through his mind when he gets hit and he goes back to that place where
because Alvarez, I'll tell you why. Because Alvarez landed one or two good right hands in that second fight. They were far and few between, compared to the first fight. But he buzzed him like one or two times, and he stayed composed. Yarde just. Well, what about Yarde? He's going from friggin' Pop Warner to the Super Bowl. He's going from Pop Warner to the Super Bowl, right?
Well, you're right. Well, somebody said, I think it was who was it? Said that it was going from single A to MLB. It's kind of like going from single.
Did Robert Palmer say that? I don't know.
Yes, he did.
I thought Robert Palmer said that. So that's what I'm saying. What's going to happen when he has to dig down deep? This is the wrong fight to find out in. It's the wrong fight to find out in. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think this is a huge jump. He should have at least fought a Pascal before a fucking, or a Chilemba before a Kovalev.
Chilemba, I tell you, you know what, and you make a great point. Chilemba is one of those guys who's a really good, like a gatekeeper, but he is a solid fighter. A solid fighter, man.
You're not going to steamroll Chilemba. I don't care. No. I don't care who you are. You're not going to walk through him.
No way.
And I'm hearing things like Yarde doesn't even spar in training. I mean, that's not good. That's not good. This guy just thinks that he's going to just go in there and just look at this resume. There's not even a mid-level. There is not a mid-level guy. There's no Chilembas. There's no Jean Pascals. There's no Edwin Rodriguez. There's no mid-level guys on here. Nobody. 5-13, 1-3, 11-21.
Jay, where did you hear that he doesn't spar?
It's on the internet.
I just pulled it up on YouTube. There's tons of video of him sparring.
Read the article. It says. Look at this.
What?
Look at this. It says.
What article?
It says Anthony Yarde did not spar for Kovalev fight.
Who said? I mean, what article is this?
Google it. I'm going to Google it right now, and I'm going to get you the exact headline.
Yeah. Hold
on. Boxing News 24. Yarde didn't spar preparing for Kovalev fight. Biggest fight in your life. You didn't spar? He didn't spar.
I don't know. I mean, I know Boxing 24 said that, but I mean, where are they
Boxing
getting
News
the info
24.
from?
I am his best sparring partner because I believe, like in the old kung fu movies, that the teacher is the trainer of the student. This is his trainer saying that. This is a quote.
I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see.
I sometimes look on YouTube and see people label videos. Listen to this. I sometimes look on YouTube and see people label videos. Anthony Yarde sparring. His trainer Aide said, but that's not sparring. That's just practice. Said, yeah, we practice getting attacked, countering, and attacking your opponent back in intelligent ways. Everyone has their own method. So he's not even sparring. He's just doing drills.
Yeah, we don't know that though. We're not in camp.
I
mean, I know what he said.
No, his trainer's telling you that. Why?
No, I know the trainer's telling, but it's not like, it's not like trainers haven't lied in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe he wouldn't spar for this, but
it really is.
But his trainer's saying it, so. You know who else had a fucking kill to get him to spar, and this has been documented too. Remember Michael Moore?
I heard he was really odd in camp.
I
heard he was a handful.
You used to have to make him he didn't want to spar. He was. Some guys don't like sparring, Eric. They say to themselves, "Why am I going to go in there and take hits?"
Right.
While I'm preparing for a fight.
Well, too, is that they go in there and when they spar, it's not like, they spar. They're hitting each other. They're trying,
So
they're doing damage.
I don't know how true this is. I find it hard to believe, but why would the trainer?
I find it hard.
Why would the trainer say that?
Who knows? Who knows? People say a lot of crazy stuff, man. Especially in fights, trying to get in their heads. And hey, this guy is. They do it in football all the time.
Hey,
this guy is injured. He's not 100%.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna believe something with 100% certainty because people just talk shit. But the thing is this.
Right.
This is another thing. This is another sense I'm getting right now. Yarde seems very confident. He seems confident to the point of cockiness to me. Mm-hmm. Now, Kovalev should be the one underestimating him, not him underestimating Kovalev. This is the toughest fight of his life, and for him to have this mentality, Kovalev, everyone thinks Kovalev is done. I'm not so sure.
He's very confident. He's very confident. I will give you that.
But he's talking about Kovalev like Kovalev is trash. Right. Even Andre Ward didn't do that. Like Andre Ward does not like Kovalev. They have a very tumultuous relationship.
Right.
But,
for sure.
But Andre Ward, this means a lot to me because Andre Ward I hold in very high regard. He's one of my favorite boxers of all time. He's probably got one of the strongest wills I've ever seen in the sport, and he's just a very versatile guy. He just has a lot of guts and heart, whatever. And for him to give Kovalev as much respect as he does when he talks about him, even though he doesn't like him, he says I have a strong dislike for this guy, but he shows him a lot of respect, and he fought Ward tough in both fights before even the second fight before he got stopped. He just got caught with a body shot in that seventh round, and he was tired out at that point, but he had a good 6 rounds. So for him to show Kovalev respect, and even Yarde talks shit about Ward, saying Ward ain't all that, and I'm going to do a better job than Ward. Ward should have done a lot better than he did. Blah blah blah. So this kid is a little cocky, and I don't know if it's a false bravado or if this is just a delusional kid, but
could just be him getting in his head too.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Could be him trying to get under his skin. Could be any number of things. It could just be the guy's a jerk and he's that cocky.
I think he's getting stopped tomorrow.
This is an interesting fight. Yeah. This is a real interesting
fight. I really have a strong feeling he's getting stopped tomorrow.
I don't know. It's going to be real interesting, man. The other 800-pound elephant in the room here that we haven't talked about, if you guys are rooting for Kovalev, he has extra incentive anyway.
Canelo fight.
Rumor has it, if he wins, he's got to fight. His next fight will be with Canelo Alvarez. That's a gigantic fight. Will he win? I don't know. But I tell you what, it's if you want to look ahead, I think that's a dangerous fight for Kovalev.
Robert Palmer just texted me and asked me a wonderful question.
What's
this
that?
This is one of the best questions he ever asked me. I got to give him credit for this because I'm always taking credit away from the kid. So I got to give him.
You are taking shots at Robert.
I always take shots at him.
Shots at
he's like my nemesis. I'm like Superman. He's like Lex Luthor, or Lex Luthor, I should say, not Luger. He's like
Lex Luthor.
He's like Lex Luthor, and I'm like I'm Superman. He's like Lex Luthor. I'm He-Man. He's Skeletor. But listen to this question he asked me. This is a great question. Would Shawnee Monahan be undefeated with Anthony Yarde's record? You're thinking. Look at you. You're thinking. You have to think about it.
I don't know. Well, the question itself, would he be undefeated with his record? I couldn't tell you. I don't know. But I will say this. It doesn't matter. And the other thing is, listen, here's the other part of that. Would Shawnee Monahan have 18 knockouts, or was it, 17 knockouts or whatever, 17, 18 knockouts? Would he have his record with knockouts? I don't think he would.
Let's look at Shawnee Monahan's record before he started stepping up. And let's see how many knockouts he had. That was a great question, Mr. Palmer. I never thought of to ask a question like that.
But combat math doesn't work.
Sometimes it does. When you look at styles, I think when you look at styles, I think you can apply it to some degree. It's a good barometer, I think. Oh, someone else just sent me a nice photo. Okay, let's look how many knockouts Shawnee Monahan has. He has 29 wins and 17 knockouts.
So
no. You're right, Eric, on that point. That other story that we were going to be talking about later, starting to surface a little bit on the web now.
Yeah. Well, it just happened today. I mean, they just filed today, so yeah. So yeah, I mean, to answer that question, no. Would Shawnee Monahan have the same record? No, he would not. Would he be undefeated? I don't know. I can't answer that.
It's a tough question to answer, but
would he have 17 knockouts? I'm fairly confident that's absolutely not.
Well, here's the thing. We have to concede 1 point. Or at least the evidence, I think, suggests that we should concede 1 point. That Yarde's a harder puncher than Monahan.
Yarde's definitely
harder puncher than Monahan.
Yarde's very explosive, And the other thing we can concede, but everybody's got to start somewhere.
That's the thing too.
We can concede is that, listen, Yarde doesn't have the resume as Kovalev. No question.
I have an old saying when people say that this guy fought nobody. I say nobody fights anybody until they fight somebody. That's what I say. But the thing is this: like when I look at this kid, I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Sometimes I can look at like even Tyson Fury early in his career when he was fighting, guys like Steve Cunningham, no disrespect, and guys like Christian Hammer and shit like that. I looked at him and I said, this guy's a gifted boxer. He's a natural boxer.
Yeah.
I just saw it. I knew it. Sometimes I just see it and I know it. People like
first time you saw Roy Jones.
Yeah, he was special.
You knew.
Special.
You knew.
But I also said
Floyd
this.
Mayweather, same way.
I didn't want to jinx him, but I also said this. I said I wonder if he's going to be this good when he starts getting older, because I did say that, and I didn't want to jinx him, but I did.
And that's for Roy Jones.
Yeah. I didn't want to jinx him. Yeah, I'm starting to get a lot of shit sent to me right now. I'm starting to get a lot of shit sent to me. Yeah, it's up there now.
Hang on 1 second here.
It's up there now.
Rick Glazer reporting it.
There's another thing on. It's on. I gotta send you this.
Is it on Boxing
No,
Scene?
Robert Palmer just sent me something.
Okay, I just got something from our guy in Mexico.
It's on Pace. It's on Pace Monitor. I gotta forward this to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna send this.
Let's actually move on to that story here. All right. So apparently, ESPN announced yesterday that Ruiz and Joshua is on.
Did ESPN announce it? ESPN said it?
ESPN announced it. Yeah, according to ESPN, that Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua have agreed to terms to fight in Saudi Arabia. All right.
Sent you something else right now.
All right, let me see here. Got it. So let's see from Pace Monitor. What is Pace Monitor?
I have no idea. I've never seen this before. Robert, Mr. Palmer, what is
Yeah, Robert, what's Pace Monitor? All right, so ESPN has reported that that fight is taking place, everything like that. I think, it's just a league. That's what I thought it was. That's what it looked like to me. But then we got a story today. We actually got this sent to us today. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Take this up down. And I think everybody can see that. Let me bring it up. So this is a docket, a civil docket from New York. I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not. If not, you can try to blow it up in your screen. But let's see here. And it says date filed 8/23/19 from Matchroom, and it says Matchroom Boxing Limited versus TGB Promotions LLC. You can see down here at the bottom it says date filed 8/23/19. Document sealed. Gives you the judges and everything. So this was filed today. Now, what we just got on
Pace Monitor is legit. It says simply the best way to research federal court cases.
Yeah, and this was filed today.
It's legit.
Yeah, case filed.
The case was filed.
Yeah, case filed today. Defendant Andres Ponce Ruiz, which is Andy Ruiz. The defendant is TGB Promotions LLC, which is his promotion. Not Andy Ruiz, but the promotion he fights for. And then the plaintiff is Matchroom Boxing Limited, represented by John S. Kierman from Debevoy and Pimpman.
Yeah, it's legit.
So there you go.
It's legit.
NYC, LLP, NYC.
If it's on Pace Monitor, it's legit.
Yeah, this is legit. So it was. Now, what we can say, because this was reported by ESPN, so who knows? All right, but what we can say about it is that, it did happen. There was some litigation filed here, but now, why was the litigation filed? That I could not tell you. We don't know. We could all make speculations and assume that maybe he didn't take that fight after all. I don't know.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
I think
shed some light on this.
I think if the fight was signed, we wouldn't be seeing that.
We wouldn't be seeing litigation.
I know. Yeah, I know. We try to be careful here, Eric.
Listen, we're trying. We are trying to be careful, man, because we.
But if you see someone running down the street with a knife and it's got blood on it, you know he did something wrong.
Why you got to talk about OJ like that? Why you got to bring him into this, man?
He didn't take the fight.
I would say, listen, I don't want to go there, but I think if you were a betting man,
I don't think he took the fight. I'm surprised.
I think if you're a betting man, that's probably a safe bet. Probably, maybe there's someone for more money.
No, because they were going to give him more money. I think that was
part of it. Yeah. Okay. So the part what I read on ESPN was they were going to VADA testing throughout the entire camp. For both fighters, VADA testing, okay? That was number one. Number two, he was going to get more money. And number three, he was worried about the commission. They were going to bring in a commission from the U.S., to go over there and help out the Saudi Arabian professional. Yes.
So, shout out to Raphael Dawkins, because I was talking to him last week about this. And I gotta say something. I'm kind of swaying the other way now. It seems like Hearn is really going out of his way to give Ruiz more money. Like it or not, Saudi is neutral. And if they're going to bring an American commission over there, then, I mean,
listen, man, Hearn's giving him everything he wants.
Hearn's giving him going above and beyond,
according to the
going
ESPN
above and beyond
article.
what he has to do. Now, Hearn,
according to the ESPN article, he's giving him everything he wants. So if Ruiz is still not willing to sign that contract,
we gotta be honest now.
Bottom line,
as much shit as I talk about Hearn, he's trying to make this work. He really is.
Yeah,
I get it. Say what you want. Saudi's neutral. All right.
Saudi's neutral. Anybody says Saudi's not neutral, you're a moron.
Saudi's
all right?
neutral.
It's neutral. It's you know what I mean?
AJ
is neutral as it
AJ
gets.
vacations in Dubai, but he's never fought there. That's like saying,
I vacation in Florida.
That's all I'm about to say.
What
do you do for work, Eric? I forget. You're IT. You're an IT guy, right? So you vacation in Florida. That doesn't mean you can move to Florida and be an IT guy and do as well as you're doing where you live now.
Exactly.
Because you're not working there, you're vacationing there. So because you vacation someplace, that doesn't mean that when you vacation, you're not working. You're not.
It's a big world. You can vacation anywhere you want.
Saudi's neutral.
How many people vacation in Las Vegas? Oh, there's a fight in Las Vegas. Oh, it must be my hometown. Okay. Come on, man. It's neutral. Reese Mack says, so why take Ruiz to court? Well,
seems like he doesn't want the fight.
If you're asking us to speculate, because we can't read through the documents here, if we're being asked to speculate, why are they taking Ruiz to court?
Well, here's the thing.
Probably did not sign.
Here's the thing. It's August 23rd. The first fight was happened in June 1st. The rematch clause was put into effect. They exercised it, I think, the next day. The day after, I think 2 days after the fight, the rematch clause was exercised. So if Andy Ruiz is still saying, I haven't signed anything, and it's August 23rd, there's a fucking problem. There is a fucking problem. I'm sorry. I'm saying there is a fucking problem.
Right. JC in the chat just said Saudi's not neutral. What do you mean the Saudi's not neutral? Of course it's neutral.
Well,
why is it not
I'll say this. It's not optimum for Ruiz, but it's still neutral.
Yeah, I mean, it's not optimal. I mean,
and here's the thing. Joshua's never fought there either.
No.
Joshua's never fought there. I mean, we gotta
look, man.
I'm considered the Hearn basher. I'm considered the asshole. I'm considered this and that. But I gotta be honest here. For Ruiz to not take this fight, I only see one reason and one reason only why he's not going to do it. He's trying to get out of this fight because Heyman wants him to fight Wilder. That's the only fucking reason why.
Silly move.
It's the only reason why.
It's a silly
he's
move.
Gonna get. And you know what the funny thing is? Wilder's a tougher fight, number one, and number two, he's gonna get less money for it.
That's what I was.
It's not the right move.
And then there's no comeback.
It's not the right move.
And then there's no comeback.
There's no comeback fight from that.
Because Wilder's gonna lay him out. You watch. I mean, Wilder will put him away.
Wilder will hurt him.
Wilder puts that guy away. And then what?
Wilder just doesn't give a fuck.
And then you got nothing. You can beat AJ. And even if AJ beats you, you could be possibly looking at a trilogy fight. You know why? Because Wilder's tied up. He's tied up.
There is less money in the Wilder fight, without a doubt, Raphael.
Absolutely. Less money. You're going to get stripped of all those titles.
Listen,
the belts are going to get fractured. It's worthless.
Listen, everyone.
Now.
People think I have a dartboard with Eddie Hearn's picture on it in my room right now, and I throw darts at it all day. But again,
You used to rent a flat from Eddie Hearn.
I did. Then we had a falling out. But the problem is, man, I'm seeing neutral venue. I'm seeing more money. I'm seeing American commission. What's next?
What
else does he got to do?
Giving you anything he wants. He's giving you everything he wants. And again,
he's going above
again,
and
to be
fair. Going above and beyond.
Right. And then to be fair, we don't know anything about this. We don't know what that court docket says. We don't know why it was introduced today. We don't know anything.
Well, what's the again? But let's read the other one. That's because we do.
If we're reading the tea leaves,
let's read this one from Pace Monitor because this is legit. Let's see exactly what this says. Okay, diversity action. Okay, the judge. They have a judge already. This is going to be in New York. Again, I told you the guys. Oh, yeah. It's going to be in UK court. I fucking told you guys. It's going to be in an American courtroom. I already fucking told you that. Okay.
Hey, why don't you guys out there sign up to this and see what it is?
190 contract. 28.1132 diversity action.
I don't know what that means.
That means that you're not agreeing to the terms of a contract. Palmer's giving me stick now.
Breaking news, H Money says that Mikey Garcia signed with DAZN. Huh. And, of course, you have proof of that, right?
Robert Palmer wants me to say that he lives in Vegas. Anyone that lives in Vegas and wants to watch fights with him. But, I mean, I'm not going to give them your phone number or anything, Palmer.
What is this, Zeus? I mean, what are we doing?
How are you going to hook up with these guys like Palmer? What do you want me to do? Like, you want me to give them? I can't give. I'm not going to. I know where you live. I'm not going to give them your address, and I'm not going to give them your phone number.
That is the address.
I don't want to fucking have people stalking you. So how are you going to hook up with these people? You want them to follow you on? You want me to give your phone number out to complete strangers? Wow, this kid's bananas. All right. I'll wear something pretty, he says. Jesus Christ. Even though you give me permission to give your number out, I'm not giving your number up because I care about you as a person.
If he wants to give his number out, tell him to do it in the chat.
I consider you a friend. I don't want to ever put you in danger because it's a crazy world out there. I went to buy a slice of pizza today, and then the girl behind the counter was giving me like these evil eyes, and she had a spatula in her hand. I thought I was going to get freaking smashed with a spatula. That's how scary I get scared sometimes. So I don't want to give.
She had them hungry.
I don't want to give people your phone number out there, and then you're going to have these people like stalk you. You see that movie? You ever see that movie, The Fan? You don't want that happening to you, Palmer. Come on. You don't want it happening.
I see nothing that says Mikey Garcia signed with DAZN, so I don't know what.
Why does he keep saying that?
Because he got nothing else to say, man. Go focus on your dogs, dude. Seriously, you got some beautiful dogs over there. Go focus on training.
That is bananas.
Come over here and train my Yorkie, will you? Because she's a terror.
H Money. Wish we had the blog talk set up so they could call in because this would have been a great show for calls.
I always do it. I always do it. I'm telling you.
It's all right.
Every single time. I do it every
Guys, what's up? Where's the super chats? I mean, this is a Friday show.
Hello, it's Friday.
A Friday show. Oh, tell them about the big news, Eric. Tell them the big news.
All right. Listen, next week, we're going to be switching platforms here. Listen, man, our goal has always been to provide good content. Obviously, that's number one. But our second thing is that you need to hear our good content, all right? So sometimes we run into technical difficulties with Skype and all this other stuff. So we got a new platform we're going to try out. We're going to give it a test run, and we'll see how we do, man. We'll see how it goes, see how it meshes in with everything. Hopefully it's seamless. Hopefully we can get it going because that's what we want to do, man. We just want to put on the best show we can for you guys, man. We want it to be, we want it to look good. We want it to sound good. And we always want the content to be king. But we always, part of that is, hey, we have to.
I think
get you to.
I think are we gonna play with it a little bit tomorrow, or are we gonna hold off on that? We'll do it next week.
I would think
next week. Okay, yeah.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah, so we got some stuff in the works here to enhance the quality of the show. And
I think it's gonna be good.
I know Eric doesn't like this, but hopefully we'll get the Skype going so the UK people from Great Britain and Ireland and Canada and stuff could call in. I think the Skype with this new platform we're going to be using, I think the Skype will work well with it. Eric and Beeb, read Hearn's tweets.
What's it say?
I got to go on his Twitter.
Why do we got to go to Twitter? Just tell me what it says. Go.
You know how he is, man. He always makes things difficult, this kid.
He does.
Always.
He does. We love
Rob,
him.
you going to call in Sunday? Because we're going to we'll have the phone lines open Sunday.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you and I can rank on Eric when friggin' Kovalev knocks out Yarde. A lot of people are saying the same thing that he's been saying though. Like, why is everyone picking Yarde? Like people, like I'm going on Twitter and people like are crazy. Like they're saying like, the guy's done nothing. Why are people picking him? Wow, this.
See, Rob Palmer's got soccer this weekend too.
You know what Rob told me? He's I think he said he had a tryout with a pro team, a semi-pro team or something.
Yeah, Rob can play.
Okay, yeah. I'm looking on Hearn's Twitter. What does it say? It doesn't say anything. It says December 7th will go down as one of the biggest heavyweight events in history. AJ coming for those belts. So then what's this? What's the whole thing what's the lawsuit about? It doesn't tell us what the lawsuit's about.
What are we doing here?
Thank you, Omar Rodriguez. Upgrade Fund. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Omar.
It was posted 8 minutes ago. What was posted 8 minutes ago? So clearly a reaction to it. So then what's this whole lot? Oh, so he basically tweeted out that the fight's happening December 7th, regardless of what you guys are hearing.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Listen, man. Again, that's what I'm thinking about. Like I said, we don't know what.
Yeah, we don't know what this is.
Or what it entails.
We don't. Maybe he was threatened with it, and then because he was threatened with it, maybe he just decided we don't want to go through with it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's the other thing too. Is like, here's what I know. Here's what I know as a concrete fact. ESPN reported that fight is taking place. They gave him all those concessions, and that Andy Ruiz agreed to it. We also know that a case was filed today, but we don't know anything about the case. We don't know what it's about, what it entails, anything like that.
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting to see how this thing plays out, because this is turning into an old-fashioned soap opera, isn't it?
It really is.
This is like
you guys want to fight or not?
Every week.
It's that simple.
One day the fight's happening, another day, no, it's not. Oh, we didn't sign anything.
And I tell you, man, I'll go on record now. I don't think listen, man, I don't like Ruiz in this whole thing. Just the way he's acting.
No. And even
I think he.
And then you can sit there and say, well, it's not him doing it; it's the people behind the scenes. But guess what? Yeah. You're gonna be held responsible for it because you're out in front of it. You're out in front of it. You're the one who's perpetrating it. So you're gonna be having to deal with the repercussions of it. There's no question about it.
John Doe, I love you. He says, I like the video. Guys in the chat, 5 likes. He said, least we can do. Yeah,
let's get the likes up. Come on.
Let's get the likes up, guys. Come on.
Exactly, Palmer. Robert Palmer says Heyman can't force him to not take the fight. This is the thing. Al Heyman, even though he does run PBC, okay, but the contract he has with these fighters, he's an advisor. That's what he does. He advises them. So it's not like he's their promoter. He can't tell them they have to take a fight or they don't have to take a fight. Bob Arum could say, well, if you don't take this fight, I'm not going to give you another fight if he has you under a promotional contract. You either take this fight or I'm going to shelve you. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
Heyman's got a different situation with these fighters.
Jem J in the chat, I think he just hit it right on the head. He said Ruiz versus AJ is a telenovela. He's 100% right. I can't. 100% right. He's 100%. You're right. Yeah. It is a telenovela. You couldn't have said it better. My man.
I'm curious to see what this case is about.
You know the worst part about tomorrow is I'm going to be, I got a game tomorrow. I got a soccer game tomorrow at 3. So I won't be able to see that Kovalev fight until I get back.
Oh, wow. I'm going to do a live. I think I'm going to do a live cast for it. Now, let me ask you this. So the card starts at 12:30. So the main event probably won't happen until what, 3?
What is England? England's what, 5 hours ahead or 6?
They're 5 hours ahead.
They're 5 hours ahead? All right, so then that means they expected the main event to get in the ring by 7:30 UK time, so 2:30 our time. 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. So it sounds like they've got a card. I mean, they're going to show quite a bit of that card.
So the main event would be 8 p.m. UK time, so that's 2 o'clock our time. Yep.
Omar says he'll text the results.
Frank Warren.
Everything turned off, man.
Frank Warren said the ring walks are at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. No, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Okay, I didn't see that. Yeah. All right, 2:30 Eastern. There you go.
So if you got errands to do tomorrow, you got to take the kids somewhere. Wake up a little.
I'm just shutting my phone.
Wake up a little early so you can get. Well, you got ESPN. It's an app, so you could just watch it on. Yeah. You can watch it on your phone wherever you are. That's the great thing about these apps. You can just pop them open anywhere.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open up during the game.
Are you coaching soccer tomorrow?
Yeah, coaching tomorrow.
How's the weather going to be like in Ohio?
Hopefully it's not gonna rain, man, because I don't like being out there.
You guys have been getting some real hot temperatures down there, huh?
It's been hot this week. This week has probably been the hottest of the summer.
It's been humid for us too. It's been real humid.
Jim J says, "Wait, it's not 12:30. It's at 2:30." Okay, so
the card starts at 12:30. Jim.
The main event is supposed to go on right around 2:30. So I would probably tune in around 2 o'clock or something like that.
But
Eric, I help you win a championship. Hey, man, absolutely, man. Anytime. Man. Help us out.
But here's the thing: if the ring walks are at 2:30, the fight probably won't start till about 10 or 3, with all the introductions and shit.
Yeah.
Reese Max says he's going to watch it on a super duper big screen 4K TV, smart TV.
It's on ESPN. I might watch it on the that virtual reality helmet I got. So you put these glasses on, it looks like a big movie screen. It's
for real? Yeah, but how are you gonna be watching the fight and coach at the same time? You're gonna be doing the team a disservice, kid. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, it is what it is. You
gotta handle business tomorrow. You can't be doing that stuff. Can't be doing that.
Yeah, we're hoping to come back with a win tomorrow, man.
Yeah, man.
We're hoping. We got a good team this year, man. We got a pretty good team. Good squad right there. We'll see how they do.
So,
H Money says Anthony Yarde is going to knock out Sergey Kovalev.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. H Money. Now you got to go the opposite way if H Money's making.
Oh, no. Now I'm second guessing my pick.
You can't go with H Money. Last time H Money got a pick right, Jimmy Carter was president. That gets everything wrong.
Man, oh man. So yeah, man, I tell you what, I am looking forward to the fight tomorrow, man. And Juan Francisco Estrada fights tomorrow on DAZN. Should be a walkover fight, but it'll be interesting. I always like watching him. But yeah, man, I'm real curious to see that Kovalev
fight. That's definitely the fight of the weekend.
And it's one of those fights where you're like, man, this is a good fight. This is a very good fight. Solid.
This is a fight. And maybe I'm being a little dramatic here, but
you did not pick John Pascal over Marcus Brown. Stop it.
He's a clown. There's no way. There's no way you did that.
No
way.
Way, son.
No way.
Come on, son.
No way.
Come on, man. Reel it back in, son.
So this is a crossroads fight in a way, because this is a fight to see if Yarde belongs, and it's a fight to see if Sergey Kovalev still has it. Is this a passing of the torch, or is this a slamming of the door for the young lion to enter into that next level, the upper echelon? He's climbing the ladder, getting ready to try to, go up to that next level in that upper echelon of elite, not elite, but world-class, top-level fighters, right? Is he ready to be a champion? Has that list of fighters that he fought prepared him for this moment that he's going to be in tomorrow? That's why they fight the fights, right? We can sit here and say whatever we want, but at the end of the day, this could be the fight where, like you said, what if Yarde does take Kovalev to that same place where Ward took him? Will he dig down? Or will that Ward that we saw against Alito Alvarez, who we thought was going to knock him out a second time, and we were all wrong on that one, and this guy put on a clinic of a performance. So I'm going to go with Kovalev. I'm going to go with Kovalev by eighth round stoppage. I think he's going to stop the kid. I think the kid, I think Yarde is going to leap in with something. I think Kovalev's going to catch him with a big right hand coming in because the guy throws wide shots. He likes to open up wide with that left hook. He loves to torque that left hook, and he loads up with everything. Okay, so I think Kovalev is going to just going to pick him apart straight up the middle. That's what I think.
I think Yarde knocks him out within 8 rounds, and I think it's a brutal knockout.
Wow.
And I think it's a brutal knockout.
And what about the pressure for Yarde to be fighting Kovalev in Russia in Kovalev's backyard? This is a huge jump already without that. And then you throw that into the mix.
Yeah.
That really enhances the test, doesn't it? Makes it even more difficult.
How impressive will it be if he wins that fight?
That'll be like Errol Spence beating Kell Brook, going in his backyard. Right?
Yeah. Well, yes and no, because I thought Errol Spence was definitely favored for that fight. I think he was favored to win that fight, wasn't he?
Yes, I think he was slightly. I think it was like a pick'em. It was like close to a pick'em.
Was it?
Let's go on 5 dimes real quick. Let's see what the odds are on this fight.
Yeah.
Dying to see what the odds are here. Because if Kovalev is an underdog, I would advise everyone to bet on Kovalev. All right, give me 1 second. We're going to pull this up. We are going to pull this up. Okay. Wow. Kovalev is a minus 185. Anthony Yarde's a plus 160. So this is a close one.
Yeah, it's close.
It's a close.
It's close.
Kovalev is slightly favored here.
And this is do or die. I tell you what, this really is do or die for Yarde. And it's do or die for Kovalev, too. Kovalev gets knocked out or something. I mean, he loses this fight, man. It's a tough road back for him. But Anthony Yarde loses this fight, it's even tougher. Anthony Yarde is 28 years old. It's do or die for you now.
He's not young either. I mean, he's at that point in his career where it's put up or shut up right now. That's exactly what it is.
H Money just said it's not too late for me. I can jump on the DAZN bandwagon. Son, I've been there. I had DAZN when it first came out.
Listen.
Tell me twice. I was
just
there.
Because we criticize DAZN, we criticize any fight on any platform.
We criticize
everybody if it's not up to par. I have to say one thing, and it is what it is. Top Rank has really been shit in the bed this year. They've put on the worst cards. And Golden Boy hasn't been that much better.
You know what though? I think Golden Boy has been a notch below everybody.
You think Golden Boy's been worse than Top Rank?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
But I'll tell you.
I'll
tell you this. This Lomachenko Campbell fight. I know everyone's picking Lomachenko, and as they should be. He's definitely the favorite. He definitely should be favored. I'm picking him too. But Campbell makes fights interesting. Like nobody blows Campbell out. And you know the thing about Campbell is Campbell's really good at a distance too. He throws those long shots from the outside. He's a tall, lanky guy. And if he could create some space, I know it's not easy, but if he can create some space and not get a little overzealous and a little over anxious, like some of the other fighters are that fight Lomachenko, because Lomachenko is a brilliant counterpuncher. He steps around you. You come forward, he steps around you, steps off to the side, and he'll just loop punches like right around your gloves. He's that good. Now, if Campbell kind of throws some feints and paces himself and tries to box from the outside, he can make this fight interesting. He can make Lomachenko be the aggressor and not the counterpuncher. And even though Lomachenko is dangerous both ways, I think he's less aggressive, or less dangerous, I should say, when he's coming forward than when people are coming at him. Because most of his highlight reel knockouts and knockdowns are from counterpunches. When people come at him, he uses people's aggression against them. Now, if Campbell doesn't allow him to do that and kind of makes Lomachenko be the aggressor, maybe make him be even more aggressive than he wants to be, then that could create opportunities for Campbell to have some success on the outside. That's not to say he's going to win, but I think Campbell can have some interesting moments in this fight, and this fight may go to distance.
Man,
Campbell's durable. He's rugged.
Yeah, absolutely. Campbell's a good, solid fighter. He's a very well-schooled fighter, and this guy can fight.
Yeah.
Lomachenko, he's very well-schooled, but he's also he's on another level, man.
Yeah, he's good.
And he's going to beat Luke. He's going to beat Campbell. I don't think there's any question about that, for me anyway.
Yeah,
I think he beats Luke
I'm not going to pick Campbell to win, but I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a whitewash. I don't think it's going to be a
No. It's not going to be a walk in the park. He's going to have to.
It could be one of Lomachenko's tougher fights. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right, man. This is not a and he fights. You look at his resume. He fights solid fighters, man.
Yeah.
It's not like he's over there fighting scrubs, man. He fights the toughest of the guys out there. He really does.
And he's smart too, because they're moving him perfectly, because he's not the biggest guy in the world. And even though he's so much better than everyone else at 135, they're not going to shoot him right up to 140 quickly, and there's no way he goes to 147.
No, he's too small for that.
Not a big guy. He's like 5'5". He seems like he's not a big boned guy, big frame guy. He makes 135 probably very easily. So I don't see a need for him to move up anytime soon.
Is he a 2 or 3-time medal winner?
2.
And then Shiming was 3, wasn't he? Or was he 2 also?
I can't remember if he was 3. I know he was 2. Didn't Campbell win a gold medal too?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah.
Or wasn't Rashid? Maybe Rashid was the only one in there 3 times, wasn't it? Wasn't he the only one in the Olympics 3 times for boxers?
Rashid Warren?
Yeah.
But he never won a medal, did he?
No, he never
medaled.
He never
medaled.
He didn't want to fight. But I'm trying to think here.
I don't remember any American ever winning a gold medal twice in boxing.
Clarissa Shields, wasn't it?
Except for her, I should say.
Yeah.
No male, I don't remember. No male.
No. No, I'm trying to think. I don't know if because I know Rashid went 3 times.
That sucks going.
But I'm trying to remember if Kovalev or
that sucks going 3 times and never winning. I don't think he medaled at all. Never.
He didn't win a fight.
That's fucking horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, that's got to be.
Because that takes a lot out of you, having to go to the Olympics, prepare for that, and you got to travel, and that takes a lot of money. That takes a lot of time out of your life to prepare for something like that, and then you walk away.
For sure.
And you walk away with nothing at the end of it. Wow, that sucks.
That's got to be the worst feeling.
That's got to be a real shitty feeling.
But he won a belt, came back, won a belt, won a title. Yeah, he had a pretty good career, and he's still going, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't seen him fight in a while. Let's see. All right, guys. I think we're going to get running here, man. Make sure to tune into ESPN Plus this weekend, Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That card will start. And then check out DAZN. DAZN's going to have a card later on that night, too. And then, last but not least, check us out Sunday. I keep seeing that that meme on Facebook. It was not a meme, but it's like, how they go over like different videos, and they had Peter McNeely right before he was about to interview, when he was interviewing right before his fight.
Oh, that was hilarious.
And he says, last but not least, I want to thank Snubby or something. This is for Snubby. And I'm like, why was Snubby?
That's great.
What is he talking
great.
about?
That's funny.
McNeely's the best, man. So last but not least, catch us on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be taking your calls and all that other good stuff. And until then, man, hey, enjoy the fights, and we will catch you Sunday.
All right, guys, take care.